Hello world, hello YouTube, hello Flosstube. I'm Mia and this is Missing in a Stitch, my channel of mostly cross-stitching, maybe some other crafts every now and then. Welcome to everyone who is watching, nice to see you here. Welcome if you're new. I'm Mia. As said before, I'm from Finland. I am a crafter. I have been cross-stitching on and off for the past 20 years-ish. Can't remember quite, was it 2004 when I started cross-stitching, but somewhere from there. And I also do quite a lot of different kind of crafts, but at the moment cross-stitching is closest to my heart and my safe place. Welcome to existing viewers, nice of you to come back and see what I have done in the past 2 months. I was my goal was to do a video in July, but July just sort of like came and ate me up. Well, I am an avid sports watcher, and there's been the Tour de France and then the Olympics started, and also my younger daughter had her birthday, and I had, as usual, quite a rush to get her birthday present ready for her birthday. So July was a busy month, a lovely busy month, because the busyness was cross-stitching. I've got my computer open here. I've got my very messy very organized sheet of what I have done during June. I was supposed to print it out also to make one for July, but my printer is out of ink, and I just haven't got myself to go buy some more ink. So July is on the computer. Anyhow, I don't know if you have already realized that I am not that organized a person, so we'll just go with what comes out. One thing I have done, I noticed I don't talk much about what I buy. There are months that I buy just the essentials that I need to get continued with that I'm on. Year 2024 was supposed to be no new starts, just focusing on what I have as WIPs, but I don't know if you have realized or if you knew that plan sort of like flew out the window in February. Yeah. And I think right now I'm going to tell you my plan. I'm gonna be 60 in 2.5 years, in 2027 in February. And I've been seeing people doing all kind of challenges for their 50s and 60s, and I decided I'm going to jump ahead. And I am not starting 60 new WIPs, no ways. I have made a goal of fully finishing, FFOing 60 by 60. And I actually counted yesterday. I went through, I have a box, actually one of these blue boxes that you can just about see, has, let's say, major part of my stitchings that I have finished during the years, but they have not yet been FFO'd. I have a video of that, a couple of videos back, showing what that box has in it. And I also have a few finishes after that. But with the fully finishing, I am starting from August 2024. Yes, that will be 2.5 years. So it's the countdown is like 2 a month until February 8th, 2027. Because on the 9th is my birthday and I want them done before I am 60. Yeah, so yay! my 60 plan. I truly wish and hope that I can keep up with that. So what have I been stitching on in July and June? My focus for this year has been the Heidsal, of which I am stitching Merry Mushroom Village Picnic, the red mushroom, and I stitched on it in June, and I've stitched on it in July, and I have already stitched on it in August. But for the statistics, June, just a moment. June went with how many stitches did I get in June? I had 16 days I stitched on it, and I stitched 5,938 stitches. July was 23 days, and I got 6,722 stitches. I have not added up those stitches. And August, well, actually I've just stitched on 2 days in August, so that's like, well, I will tell you these later on, but 386 in August. So a couple of stitches, and this is where my lovely mushroom is. The more I stitch it, the more I really enjoy this one. Oh, it's beautiful. 27 count Linda, if I remember correctly, and stitching it with 1 floss, 1/1 full cross. When done on the 30th, the 30th of December this year, it will be it will have 58,500 stitches in it. At the moment I am at 37,505. So I've got like less than 2,100, no, 21,000. If it were 21, I'd be rather close. I am stitching this, how do they say it? I stitch one color at a time, and I stitch it all over the piece. Can't remember. It has its own name, how it's called. Cross country something. Yeah. But this, I so enjoy it, and I really, really want to get it finished by the end of the year. So my next one in June. This I did not touch in July, and June was quite quite a poor month for this. My poor dragon book spine. So this is cooking for your dragon. The Hate Sal is the art is Amy Stewart, and it's a crop of her Merry Mushroom Village picnic piece. Cooking for Your Dragon is its own. It's also a Hade chart. The artist is Randall Spangler, and Cooking for Your Dragon. It's a cookbook for chocolate lovers. And I am not quite at half point. I only stitched on 2 days in June, and it got a measly 449 stitches, but then again, that was 449 stitches more than with no stitching. I think I had this in an acrostic or something. I have been participating in at least 3 groups with the acrostic in June, but I hope I will remember what I have stitched. I do not know. I can't remember anymore. I have the information, but I forgot to dig it out for this Flosstube. Then I needed, I guess, the L letter for 2 acrostics or 3. Sorry. I have this box where I have all the needed floss for Love Me Not. Love Me Not is a retired chart from Hade by Selena Fenech. She is the designer of this piece. This is a piece I have promised to make my firstborn, and those who have watched me before know that I am late with this one, but here is what she is going to be once I get the 78,050 stitches completed. At the moment I am at 5.94% with 4,632 stitches. It's 78,029 once completed. And here is where I have her at the moment. So the top of her wings and the top of her head, you can actually, this is part of her eye. So, and this got 600 stitches in June, and after that I have not touched it. This will be my focus piece in 2025, and the idea is to get it finished complete so that I can finally give it to my daughter. I started it in 2009. That's not my recollection, that's my daughter's good memory. The next one is Raise Your Words, also stitched for a acrostic. Might be the letter R that I needed. I actually bought from, I'm sorry, I can't read it. It's Honey Eater Crafts. Honey Eater Crafts on Etsy. She had these different kind of project tracker pages in a PDF, and I printed out I almost all my whips now have been put into a, or I have written the basic information. This is an Ancient Sage Designs, Shadzida Amirali. Sorry if I pronounced the name completely wrong. The dimensions are 132 by 102. Stitches will be 3,775. There are two colors, DMC colors, mentioned in the chart, and I changed them for purple. And I'm not sure if I added a third color, but I'm supposed to have a board. Oh, yeah, a board somewhere here to show you. Actually, I think I have 4 colors. This is Raise Your Words. Oops, sorry. Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows the flowers, not thunder. So I actually have like not the T letter from not, and then thunder, and then it has a border. I wonder if I have it somewhere here. I actually might have it not on PK but on Markup RXP, because PK did not read it properly. Yeah, it's on Markup RXP program. I'm just trying to find the picture of what it will look like at the end. The statistics was 209 because I needed 200 for an acrostic. And actually the picture is rather yeah, I hope you can see. It says I have done 640 stitches. I still got 3,135 to do. I'm at 60.95%. And what I like about Markup RXB is that it tells you the time that you have been stitching. So this has been 4 hours 10 minutes. That's a nice, for a person who likes numbers, you know, it's a nice nice thing to know without having to count the time yourself. Yes, next one, eyeball seedling. It is, I wonder whose it is. It's a Noctiflora. This also, I needed the letter E for an acrostic, so why not? Because it's, and I think this has been a stitch that I have had been able to use for multiple acrostics. And here it is. I Stitch Birds, Laura. She likes using evil, what is this fabric? Oh my god. Übelhö Eva. 28 count fabric, and she talks about it so much in her Flosstubes when she's talking about her stitches. Whoops. I just had to order a piece and try it out, and I like it. It's a nice. It's sort of like an even weave, but it has a bit of uneven weave anyhow, because of the weave being a bit thicker in places, but it's an easy fabric to stitch on. I will seedling. I stitched on it for 2 different acrostics in June. I got 510 stitches. I realized that I could not get a 200 more for another acrostic, so I just decided to stitch it finished. So this is one that will go into my box, and it will be one of my 6460 FFOs. Let's see what I will get done with it. Next one, and we're still in June. Let It Snow. Also an acrostic stitch. No idea which letter it needed. This was in a magazine. I did not get around to I remember, if my memory is correct, this was a chart by Jenny Barton. I could be wrong. And it was either in, hey, I have it in PK, so I don't have to tell you stuff out of my memory, because my memory is not good. The magazine, World of Cross Stitching. Yes, but the designed by Jenny Barton, so that was something that I remembered correct. And 50 by 54, stitched on 20 count. I've actually written it 20 count Ada, and now, since I had to hop off what I was doing, my brain went derailed, and now I have to get myself back into the video to yeah. In all, it has 2094 stitches done in June, and it did take part in an acrostic, and this was one of my December 2023. I started 20 whips. We had this December Startathon challenge with I Stitch Birds Laura and Simply Narelle Flosstube is simply Narelle Stitches, and she is Narelle. She started around 20-ish, and Laura started a bit less. But this was one of those, so I got it finished, and this also will be an FFO. It might turn into a Christmas card. Who knows? I don't, not yet. But also one of my 60 for 60. Then we have Doreen Jones's Cat Piscorno, which also took part in an acrostic, and it was I have stitched 388 stitches, so I got it ready, finished, just to get it finished. And it did not, Doreen did not give a backside, but I decided to, oh sorry, these are the kitties and the pumpkins. I did the pumpkins. This was my own color combination. Yeah. But it didn't have the backside, and since it was a biscorno, I wanted to make it into a biscorno. So I just took the pumpkins from the actual chart and stitched them from the middle with the greeny leafy parts, and then I finalized this into a biscorno. And this is not part of my 6460 because this has been FFO'd in July. But it's a nice piece, and I'm not a Halloween person, but I do know somebody who is, and I'm sending this off to that person. It's sort of like a random act of kindness. So if you're watching, you might know, but if you're watching, you might not know. Let's see. Yep. Then I have Cleo. Cleo was she my whip go for June? I'll have to go and check. The Cat Pascorno was my whip go also, so that's one reason why it was stitched. I stitched on it. And then so was that Let It Snow. It was a whip go call for June. And I wonder, Cleo, okay, Cleo has been done in May, or it was supposed to be done in May. And let's see what this paper tells me. Yeah, it says that it's a whip go May. This is my June plan paper. But I was missing 613 stitches. I remember I ran out of a color in May, and I only got it in June, so I decided to finish it off. And it was the 3rd of June that I got Cleo done. And I'm just sampling out on how to FFO her. She will be one of my 6460. But this is Cleo. She's a Barbara Anna design, and it was a Sal from last September, I think. It was part of a sal, yeah, but I got it ready way after everybody else, which was in June 3rd, and I got this. This is actually for posters, but I thought that why not try. This is I've just put it in between and sort of like looking at what it would look like. It doesn't have a thing for the back, so yeah, I'm just thinking this might work. Oh, oops! Once it's properly put in place. Yeah, so these are just two whatever this stuff is, two pieces, and you put something in between, and then you squish them together with the top and the bottom. So Cleo, 613 stitches, 2 days of stitching. No, 1 day of stitching. Yeah, 1 day of stitching with Gourmet, and it got finished in June. And a couple of more for June. Just a moment. It's 3 sunflowers. No, wait. I have a unicorn. This unicorn stands for you in acrostics. And as you can see, it's a unicorn. 1, 2, 3, 4 legs, and its tail. It's still missing something. Something. I wonder if I have a picture to show you. But it was stitched in June on 2 days. It was taking part in a acrostic challenge. Unicorn. Yep. 388 stitches. I only needed 200, but I did 388. With a variegated DMC. No idea what color it is, and where is my unicorn? Maybe it's in markup or XP, maybe. No, it has to be in PK. This was actually a chart that I bought from Etsy, and I found it, but it doesn't have any information. Yes, it does, but I can't show you the picture because it's just a chart. Of course, I could show you. Everything is in Russian, so I cannot read the designer or anything, but I can actually show you the mock-up. But I'm not stitching this as the mock-up. I'm just stitching the black horse inside the head of the big horse. A unicorn. Yeah. My mind is going all over the place. I apologize if I seem a bit Yeah, but this is something that I will continue stitching once sometime I will participate in a cross stick, and I need the letter U. That's the only function for that. Of course, it's nice to stitch, and once I have it ready, I will do something for it. But I needed something for the letter U, so that's why I have a unicorn. Yes. Ta-da! Randall Spangler. Stitched on 5 days in June. I got 1009 stitches in it. I remember that I had some kind of yeah, I needed it for you know, these flosses all over the place. I was stitching it for an acrostic. So excuse me. I'm trying to find where my actual stitching is, and this is a big piece of fabric that is. Yeah, but found it. So at the moment, the statistics, I have not stitched on this after June. So and this only has the color 939 on it, and this is so wide that no board will be good enough for it. So there you go, that's the top, and I've been going down this the left side. I don't know, oh my god, this side. It was a left top corner start. It depends which way you're holding it. When you're showing it to somebody else, it's the right corner, but when you're stitching, it's the left corner. Yeah, anyhow, stitch in 5 days, got 1099 stitches in it, and here it is. I have no rush with this chart. It's a wonderful piece to stitch on when I need a big count for a challenge, but the challenges for the rest of the year are self-made, and they do not have ta-da in it. This is a Randall Spangler piece. I have stitched 3,954 stitches in it. I can't remember when I had started this. It had like 200 something stitches on it when I picked it up again after very many years of resting in a box. But it's I just like Randall Spangler's art and charts, and this is what it will look like once one day it is ready. This is by far the biggest in stitches that I have as a whip, and it's sort of like no bigger than that. Thank you. I like it that it's a full coverage, and I am going to stitch it complete. But how many stitches does it have? 150,850. That's sort of like my max. Yeah, so that was June. June in numbers, according to amount of stitches, was 16,000. My eyes are not focusing. 16,899 stitches on an average of 626 stitches a day. I did stitch on every day in June, so no 0 days. Then it's July came and went, and July was interesting with the challenges. I had already decided that I'm not doing any acrostic because we had planned on doing the Tour de France challenge in well, it was all around social media with different kind of challenges. No, the Olympics have different kind of challenges. Let me rewind. There was a challenge with Tour de France to stitch the amount of kilometers that they cycled each day and stitch that count of cross stitches, or whoever does what, but stitches. So we took it on in the Finnish cross stitch group Ristipistoilijat on Facebook, and I took part in there. And I also did it as a challenge in another group. Did I? My brain is foggy today. I'm sorry. I have Paris Olympics and yeah, I did do Tour de France in full coverage fanatics group. The total amount of yes, but hey, now I remember. Okay, Tour de France. I had 2 whips. In the Finnish group, I did it on the Heitsau, Merry Mushroom Village Picnic. This one. And in the Finnish, in the full coverage fanatics, my brain is mushy. I did it with my Cooking for Your Dragon. Yeah. So let's go back a bit. Cooking for Your Dragon. I got 3,981 stitches in, which was a nice amount of. I'm just digging up the whip. If you don't remember it anymore, it was this one. So it was 21 days. Started on the 29th of June and ended on the 21st of July. It had 2 rest days. I just had 1 because I needed to catch up on the first rest day. But I got 3,981 stitches done, so this got a good amount of stitches in it. I really enjoyed the challenge, and I really enjoyed doing it on 2 different whips. So Merry Mushroom Village picnic on that challenge, the same dates, so 29th of June to 21st of July. This this I only had one rest day. The first one I managed, the second one I had to catch up. Yeah, but anyhow, I cycled a bit more. The kilometers they cycled was the 3,498, and I did 4,776 stitches, which was a nice piece to get, or a nice amount of stitches to get in. So what else have I done in July? Merry Mushroom and Cooking for Your Dragon. That was that. I did have, as my whip go, a chart that is called This Star is for You. It is by Nadezhda Nagornaya. I have stitched it on even weave green color, 28 count, 2,925 cross stitches. It's got loads of back stitching. I've started this in 2023, and all I would have needed to do is the back stitching. I didn't even touch this. Well, I touched it that much that I got it out, but I did not stitch on it. So what it needs is there's this I need to finish this cross stitch swirly whirly at the bottom. I still need a bit here. Then there are a couple of a few, let's say 3, 4, 5 stars, which one is hanging from his mouth, thus the name This Star is for You. And then on top of the fox there's a back stitch swirly whirly, but it's bigger, that needs to come up here. Yeah, I was deep into Tour de France and into the Olympics to sort of like, it was easy to forget back stitching was, which, as I think many of you know, is not sort of my favorite thing to do. Yeah, this is back on my August plans to get the back stitchings and the stars done, so that I can have this as one of my 6460s as a FFO. Just need to finish stitching it first. And it's I just love these foxes. I have a couple of different kind of fox different charts from the same designer, with this fox doing all kind of funny things. Yeah, I love it. This was actually, I just have to show you because this is this is one of them. This was stitched in May, but it just happened to be here. So this is sort of like, I am rabbit too. Yeah, that's one of my 6460. Next one, 2 more to go. No, 1, 2, 3 more to go. Black Work and Flowers. We go call for June, and I got it done. It was my Whipco 23, number 23. And to tell you a bit what it is, Black White Flowers and Birds by Leslie Tier. I'm stitching it on Ada, Echo colored, 14 count. The dimensions are 238 by 206 for the whole thing. I have started this on the 27th of December 23. I thought I had started it earlier, but yeah, it's got 20 DMC colors and the back stitching, and yeah, it's my Whipco, and I had done 5% of it. Yay! I think I have done a bit more. What I did this month was the second bird, or the second square, is what I stitched on. So that was the monthly, the call for goal, and I got it done in the month, and it was 1,630 stitches. So it doesn't look like much, but or it doesn't look like it has that much stitching in it, but yes, it does. Yeah. And this is not coming out anymore. It's it had two calls on my Whipco, and unless something happens in my plans for the rest of the year, then it will get to rest for a while. Yes. What next? What's this paper? Oh, I think it needs to go back into my it was information of this star is for you, so it's back into the bag, project bag that the work is in. Then I did a mini frog, but unfortunately I do not have it here anymore. I did it for my younger daughter. She had her birthday on the 26th of July, and I made her a frog, and I have to go into Facebook to find the picture because I'm recording with my phone where my pictures are, so but this is the froggy that I stitched for her. This is Mini Frog, and I will tell you soon who the designer is. It's a chart from Etsy. 5,306 stitches, stitched on 13 days. So it was a staff start, finish, and fully finish, and giveaway in 1 month. That's good. The statistics was that 5,306 stitches, and who was it from? Just a moment, I'm checking there. It's called Mini Frog, and it's by Stitching Jewels Design. Yeah, it was an easy piece, and yeah, these boxes actually. um, I got myself a set of DMC no, blah, 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 CXC flosses. They are all in hundreds in those boxes, and that frog was the first one that I ever stitched with CXC. The black was DMC, but all the other colors are CXC, and I just loved stitching with them. Yeah. So next time I have I'm starting something new, maybe I will actually, instead of DMC, I'll stitch in with CXC. Who knows? The frog stitch count was 80 by 90, and it used 16 different colors. Yep, that was that. Finally, l'Olympiade de Gnomes. So, the Olympics, Summer Olympics are going on, if you haven't heard or noticed. I am a fanatic when it comes to watching sports on either TV or other devices or both. And of course I had to get an Olympic stitching. So I decided, now I realize I didn't show you something from June, but I'll get back to that. I had stitched a piece by Margaret Sherry for the Olympics in London in 2012, and that actually brought it up that I want something Olympic stitching. And well, sadly Margaret Sherry has passed away, so no new charts from her. But I found a chart on Jardin Privé's page, and it was the gnomes having an Olympic. So of course, I actually I bought the chart, I ordered the fabric, I ordered the floss, so I sort of like had a kit. And once the Olympics started, I actually started on the 25th, yeah, and because there were some preliminary well, there were football and was it rugby going on before the official opening date on the 26th. Yeah, and I stitched this. We had a challenge again, and it's still ongoing, but I fulfilled my challenge. You could in the Finnish cross stitch group we had this you could do it as a challenge or just stitch whatever you want, however you want, but I did the challenge. The idea was that we had different kind of words that were associated with the Olympics. Paris, of course, because they're there, and the Olympics word, and the Olympics fire, and different kind of sports. Yeah, so we left it open that you could choose. Do you want to stitch a certain amount for each letter of the word, or just a certain amount for the word, no matter how many letters the word has? And I had sort of like tried to calculate it, that how I could get the whole chart done with the words we had. How many different words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. And I needed 5,100 and something. So I came up with 55 stitches a letter. And I stitched this chart word by word. The shortest word being 6 letters and the longest word being 12 letters, and that by 55 gave me what I needed to stitch for to get the letter done. And this time I actually counted the back stitches, which was just counting the back stitches. 2 back stitch was like 1 cross stitch. Yeah. The words came up to 5,115. I did stitch 5,286 stitches, of which 111 were the cross stitching. Another brain fog again. The what are they? The back stitch. And here it is. I made 3 changes. Oops. I decided not to stitch the butterflies that were flying here, there, and somewhere else. I just wasn't into them. Then there was this flag, and since they're in Paris, blue, white, red, so I got the French flag here, not with the right original colors of the flag, but what was in this the colors giving in the chart. And then I changed the swimming pool, or the diving pool. I wanted the Olympic circles into it somewhere, and then I thought I don't want to sort of like squash it into a place in the chart, so or between the different kind of elements. So I decided to put it on one element of the stitching. So I'm bringing this up only so that you can see what my solution for the Olympic rings were. I changed the bottom part color to be white, and then I just drew the circles on paper and stitched them from there. And I got it done. I was so happy. I started on the 25th, and I got it ready on the 25th of July, and I got it stitched ready on August 1st. And I have my Olympic stitch. Yay! This is going to get framed. I don't have a frame. I'm gonna do it myself, but I just need to go and get an appropriate frame. The fabric is 32 count, so I don't know what the color is because it was a color code, which I don't remember. And I actually didn't make a card for this or that page for the info because I was in a rush. Not. I was just so enthusiastic to get it done. DMC colors all called for. This also was yeah, I told you that I get it, that I bought it as a kit. Yes, so that is except let's get let's get my mushroom out. My mushroom has plans for August, and it took part in Olympic challenge, full coverage fanatics. I am doing their counted challenge with the words. I'm doing 50 stitches for each letter. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words, of which I have done 8 already. So I have 3 words left to do, which is 1,415 in stitches. I do have time because the Olympics are still ongoing, and the challenge actually is going until the August 20th, so it's a bit longer than what the actual Olympics are, but that doesn't matter. I am going to stitch that 1,450 stitches during the last week of the Olympics. So, and if for some reason I fail, I always have the Paralympics to continue with. Which brings me to August plans. I sort of like only have 4 whips I'm thinking of stitching in August. My head is playing tricks with me. My Merry Mushroom Village picnic wants to get ready as far as we have what we have received in the charts. There is a fourth part, I don't know what the real word is, but the fourth quarter of the chart is coming. It's a small piece. It's only 2 rows by, was it 250 something stitches, so not much to stitch for the rest of the year. But my plan is I have that 21,000 ish to stitch, and I have got it in my head that I would stitch it now in August. I am being realistic and realizing that might not happen, but that's okay. If I don't get it done with what we have got, I will continue in September. My goal is to get it finished by the end of by the 30th of December this year, but at the moment I'm so into stitching it, like I feel I want to go monogamous until that's done. Yeah, just in case I get sort of like I want to stitch on something else. I do have my rip goes for August. One problem with so the numbers for August were 12 and 15. Number 12 was Retro Flowers, and number 25 is Pumpkin Colored Autumn. But with my Retro Flowers, I stitched that ready in March, so I don't have to do anything for it. And I still have to get back to June and a couple of stitches. I don't know why I jumped over the rows. Pumpkin Colored Autumn is my whip go number 15. It's a chart by Owl Forest Embroidery. Stitching it on even weave 40 count. It's 167 by 212 in dimensions, and it's got 12,625 stitches to do. I started this on the 4th of September 23. It only has 6 colors, but I have changed the colors so that I have some that are variegated and some just normal DMC. My original plan was to get it finished. Not happening. My goal for August is to get 25% done. I am sort of like at 25% at the moment. Where did I put my board? It's here. It's still attached to my Olympic piece. Yeah. Just to show you the right side. You don't want to see my back sides of my stitching. So yes, I think I'll go around with this so that I'll show you the mock-up first, and then show the actual stitching where I am. So I'm in the middle of stitching this house and sort of like this upper quarter. So I thought that maybe I could get the whole until the bottom of the house, sort of like being from that up is my goal to get finished this month. So here is what it looked like. I still have something to stitch there, and the house is sort of like the middle way. Yeah, so sort of like from here stitched the rest. What is here? I need to get this. I ran out of this variegated floss, and lucky for me, because I wouldn't remember otherwise at all what the color is, but I had written it down. So wise girl for once. So with this stitching, because a quarter of 12,600 is like a bit over 3,000. 3,150 sort of like would be the goal. So that in mind, because I do want to get this whip go done this month, and I have the back stitching to do for the fox. That in mind, even though I thought I'd go monogamous with my hate cell, it will be I doubt I could do 27,000 stitches a month. I don't know, but I'm just sort of like being gentle and not trying to hang myself with too much to do. So yeah, those are August plans. So August is Merry Mushroom Village picnic, pumpkin colored autumn, and the back stitching for this star is for you. But I skipped over a couple of June stitches. Yeah, I had taken them out, but I didn't see them. I guess I need to get new glasses. Yeah, anyhow, I did stitch as an acrostic in June. I needed an S, so I had sunflowers. I got in 200 stitches. For the challenge. And this is where it is. The chart is called 3 Sunflowers. It's made by Magic Needle EU. I'm stitching it on a linen band that's 30 count. That's what I've counted it. The color is like I call it Echo. The dimensions of the whole work is 81 by 121, and it was a kit, but I have changed the fabric. Or actually, I don't even remember if it had a fabric, or was it just chart and the floss? But the floss came because it's on the card. So this was with the chart, and the chart is a paper chart. So, but I don't remember if it did it have. Yeah, anyhow, it's stitched on the linen band, and I do not have a picture of it. I can't show you the chart, but it has 3 sunflowers, and then what are these? Leaves. Yeah, started on the 1st of August, a year ago, that is 2023. This was a chart or a kit that I won a Finnish cross stitch shop called Ristipisto, which is cross stitch in Finnish. She had it was like a giveaway sort of thing that you could participate, and I happened to win. I was so happy. Yep. Then we started. I have a long floss here. We started with Finnish group. Jardin Privé had this mystery Sal, and I went and bought the fabric and the floss and the chart. Well, the chart, of course, was given was it 8 weeks? Every Monday you got a part. I started, and then I got frustrated with the chart because I couldn't upload it into PK, and I'm sort of being totally spoiled by PK. So when I printed it, I just didn't like it. Nah. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with the chart. It was my head that didn't get around. And then I started with this is the same fabric that I ordered for the Olympics, but I don't know why this felt so hard. This is also 32. 32. So I got even weave color something. I was struggling with my eyes, and yeah, I had like a week that my sight was really bad. Then I changed it. I decided I'm not going to tease my eyes. Then I'm gonna continue stitching on it, but I will stitch on Ada because that's easier on my eyes. I did. Then I realized when they gave part something, and I don't have enough fabric for it. Yeah, okay. So with my frustration, not having the needed eyesight, not having counted, this was my fault. I mean, I just didn't count properly. Or then maybe I thought this was 18 count and it was 16 count, and because, yeah, something, I messed up. So I have decided I'm not stitching it anymore because I have had such a frustrating time with sort of my own head that I'm gonna stitch on something that doesn't get me frustrated. And again, I am going to emphasize that it's nothing to do with the chart, with the designer. It's just my head wasn't around to getting this done. So yeah, that's UFO. Goodbye. Yeah, now I am done. Woohoo! I have been buying. I've been a naughty girl. I wasn't supposed to buy anything else except for the floss that I needed for my whips if I ran out. I got a few fabrics and I have 2 more coming on. Yeah, because I have plans, not telling you them yet. And actually I can say that they are plans to do birthday presents, so that's why I can't tell you any more about that. But what I got was RTO Ada. I just love stitching on this. This is 16 count. It's a wonderful, wonderful piece. Then I got, because they say that nothing can travel alone. So I got, this is 32 count Murano from Zweigart in the color 3984, which is also known as green. This is just a plain green. I will be starting at some time Carolyn Manning has done a chart in remembrance of her friend who passed away due to cancer, having cancer. So she has Stitch Brat Stew is having a sal using that chart, and she also is stitching it in memory of her mother who had cancer. I want to stitch it for my mom, who is still alive. She is with us, but she is on her 5th year of cancer. So The chart is called Susan, and you can find it on Carolyn Manning's. I was wondering, is it Etsy or does she have her own page? Me and my brain. Just a moment, I have to check it because I sort of like feel embarrassed at the moment that I didn't remember. Yeah, she has carolynmanningdesigns.com. And she actually, no, yeah, she is having Christmas in July sale until August 15th, so go check. Yeah, anyhow, she does have the chart there. It's called Susan. So and Stitch Brat Stew is having the sale, and it's hashtag CM Remembrance Sal. I'm stitching that on the screen. That's why I mentioned it. Yeah. Then another 32 count Zweigart Murano, but this time it's model one. This is actually printed because the backside is just plain one color. But this is... I feel like eating it. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on it, but yeah. I have ordered some more Linda 27 counts because that's just something that I like also to stitch on. It's an easy 1/1 with full cross thingy fabric to use. And then I ordered some black Ada. I am going to try again. And now that I have my ring light, I actually might manage to stitch on black. Thank you very much. It's been nice seeing you again. I will need to upload this Flosstube. Don't ask me what number it is because I can't remember. It would be nice to see your likes, and if you would like to comment, I like reading the comments. And should you want to, you could subscribe. I might be back with another Flosstube someday. Yeah, I need to upload this to get it to get my phone some space, and then I will turn my language into Finnish. And I think I'll do somewhat of a whip parade in Finnish for those viewers who enjoy listening or hearing cross-stitching in Finnish. It was nice to see you. I'll be back again. Have a nice August. Bye.